Did you even see Jason down there?
Yeah, I seen him down there. Guess he didn't see me.
This is the NBA Storyteller.
Now, I'm about to show you a play, and you've seen this play. And when you see it, it's usually part of some sort of top 10 whatever. The last time I saw it was part of a top 10 head above the rim plays. That's where I saw it last. And yes, that is easily one of the most remarkable parts of this particular play. But where's the humanity? Where's the humanity in this play? In this moment? Now, what I want to do over the next 2 to 25 minutes is snatch your attention away from all the obvious trappings of a play like this and demonstrate why in this moment we are all Jason Terry. And Jason Terry he's all of us.
Tell you crazy.
Now what I'm about to show you is what we'd call Murphy's Law, or Occam's Razor, or Flibbity Gibbets Dipshit, whatever it is. Okay, let's run the whole play.
30 here tonight. Jason Terry, good defense. Wade from behind takes it away. Chalmers, Cole, James! Whoa!
Now, once this play started, right here, where JT gets the ball snatched right out of his mitts, this right there was the only mistake Jason Terry made. But after this, everything that could go wrong, it did go wrong. And as you watch the play quickly, you may think that a half jump to block a LeBron James at full speed playoff dunk might be the dumbest thing a smart person can do. You may add that being 6'2" and 38 years old, trying to block a downhill boulder of a man that's twice your weight and over a foot taller is just bad basketball decision making. You may say that he at least could have gotten in a position to take a charge. That's something to say. But I believe we are all saying the best choice, an overwhelming choice, would be to just get out of the way. Well, what if I told you? Jason, the old ass man Terry, made all the right decisions. And even for a man of his size and age, he assessed this play perfectly. But this is that rare life circumstance where chance, math, physics, and logic all lead to the center of an underground tire fire. So, let's dive into the mind and perspective of Jason Terry. And let's understand how all of his basketball IQ and savvy walked him right into the dark side of a top 10 highlight.
Team of 30 here tonight. Jason Terry, good defense.
First, Jason, Mr. Terry, we'll call him, as it's a more respectful way to address the dead. He immediately shows us why he's still in the league with a good defensive play. After he steals the ball, he tried to do the right thing by heading to the center of the court, down the middle lane to bring up the ball. Mind you, there's still a hope for a fast break with numbers, but moments later, he is smushed between two longer, quicker players who rob him like an old lady carrying a rye.
Shut up, you old pig!
Still, he's done nothing crazy here. He's done nothing so far to deserve what he is going to receive. And really, he kind of got blindsided. Some may say he even got fouled right here. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he did. Now, Dwayne, the timeless wonder Wade here, introduces another one of his look at me passes, where he probably even kept a straight face because he's just too cool for any of this, or he's just so over it. Or maybe he's just constantly irritable due to the side effects of, This pass is not, I repeat, not a good pass. The ball just floats out there on its way to a pair of questionable hands at that. Mr. Terry has every right to believe that this is an opportunity to get his rye back, so he again makes a sensible play and stretched out. And if he was a few inches longer and a few decades younger, he might have disrupted this. Though if he was those things, he probably wouldn't have gotten mugged 2 seconds earlier. Now this next action is everything. If this was a murder investigation, this would be the bloody spoon. Mario Chalmers, all 6 foot whatever of him, makes a jump pass to Norris Cole Jr., to all 5 foot whatever of him, who was running at an unimpressive top speed, angling towards the hoop. And he's angling towards the hoop for the only thing anyone would expect of him, a layup that may or may not go in. Now, look at the situation here. We have Jason Terry, a vet, going 2-on-1 against Norris Cole Jr. and Mario Chalmers. Neither good or horrible, but they're both short, and both have a tendency to try way too much sometimes, which is why Mr. Terry is 1 bazillion% correct and reasonable in his decision to go meet Norris Jr. at the rim. Now, what's loopy here is that he may even have the upper hand. He may walk away from this with a highlight of his own, recovering from the mugging. And this is what is going through his head and in any of our heads when placed in this exact circumstance. Okay, so maybe one miscalculation here, right here. Here is where he should have been counting cards, as they say. I don't know who, they, me, whatever. With each player he encounters, he could have been keeping track of the ones he hasn't encountered. But again, in this godforsaken moment, this all goes out of the window because with a clear lane and Norris, I'm always trying to prove myself Junior Cole. It's really just a matter of timing. Which one of these short professional basketball players is gonna get to their spot first? And Mr. Terry, for a second, has a step on it. Boy, does the world have a funny way of turning on you. It's like a triple pun. Nor Jr. catches the ball, slows down a bit, plants, just like he's going straight up against Mr. Terry. All his attention focused on one player and the confrontation that is about to happen in the sky. For poor Jason, even though he's facing Norris, there is a train in his periphery. There is a microsecond available to process this, speed through the future in his brain, but it's clear his vision has crumbled in his advanced age. It isn't until a moment later, until it's clear Norris has an ulterior motive here. He has set him up. Jason Terry, it was a trap. You've been had. It was all a setup. After a series of wise moves, you are now the fool. Terry plants when all hell breaks loose. The ball is tossed backwards, like an irresponsible amount of backwards. It's not tossed towards the rim, it's thrown way back. Jason Terry, though he may not have control over his bladder, he does have control over his direction with all of his crusty momentum. Jason must transfer his forward energy into something. Fate has already kicked in. Lebron, he's in his final stride before takeoff. Jason Terry is now just processing who the heck this is. And as he begins his jump, I'm not even sure he knows who it is. It's just a streak of red. And maybe Jason thinks he can salvage this play against the unknown jumper. But at some point after that, it begins. He recognizes the entity. Maybe it was his speed, maybe it was his scent. His brain is just at this moment firing off signals down his back in order to shut down this whole thing. But he's already made a neurological decision and his body is jumping. But now his brain is scrambling, scrolling through any option he has to get the hell out of this. But it's too late. He cannot get out. And then, this. It all ends here. The elevation, the insulting amount of force, the knee, the flippin' knee delivered directly to Mr. Terry's solar plex. They say that's what killed him. That, and all of his dignity exiting his body at once, that can be deadly. Jason, he tries to absorb the blow, and well, he basically goes for a ride on this wrecking ball, all the way to the end. It reminds me of Miley Cyrus in that one song.
I came in like a
That is Jason Terry. He is Miley Cyrus. He's a desperate washout riding a wrecking ball naked. That's how he should feel right now. Only difference, Miley knew how to hold on to a ball. And Jason, his date was with the cold, hard, fake parquet floor of TD Gardens. He was going to make it to third base on that day. He was going to get very familiar with the sound and sensitive parts of that floor. And it was apropos he landed on his side, like a baby curling up to go to sleep before he rolls over on his back like a dead man, entering a casket. It's funny, he almost bounces a little bit before he rolls over to his final resting place. And now the shame, while all the culprits in red lowered over his lifeless, shame-ridden corpse, like a pack of hyenas just seconds before a blood feast.
Braun stood over his kill.
Unleash him.
Blood feast. Jason Terry would continue to play basketball for another 27 years, but a bit of Jason Terry's soul and reputation remains ingrained in that floor where he was laid to rest temporarily on that cold spring night. Thank you very much. This was a lot of fun. Maybe one day Jason Terry will see this. Jason Terry, that's my idol. You think Jason Terry's going to go to the Hall of Fame? Who here thinks he's going to go to the Hall of Fame? Everybody gets in the Hall of Fame. I think he's going to get in because everybody gets in. If Muggsy Bogues, Ben Wallace, Mitch Richmond go into the Hall, I don't have any argument against Billy Owens and Jason Terry and my man Manupo. Subscribe. Let's go. Let's take it over. Welcome to the best NBA channel on the internet. This is just the beginning.
This is the NBA Storyteller.